Hey guys, welcome to a Spring Get Ready with me, where I also talk about the movies and TV shows that I really liked in 2022. And I get to talk about some of the foundations that you guys think it's too red or doesn't really match my skin tone. I break it down as to how I rework around that and how I make it for my skin tone. It comes off really weird on camera for you guys if you guys do watch my YouTube shorts, but actually it's the perfect shade, as you can see. So I'm going to showcase how I got this kind of spring, simple, everyday look. Let's get into this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, and let's get this face beat. Okay guys, hi. Hopefully you guys are zoomed in. I got a mirror here. I am laying my hair, so hopefully that will be revealed if it hasn't been revealed already. I got my makeup here. We're gonna start off with a lip balm. So we're gonna start off with the Laneige Lip Laneige lip balm. This is their new chocolate. It actually does smell like chocolate, so it actually smells incredible. So we're gonna put that on as a lip balm. I like the Laneige lip balms. They're really nice. I really do wish though that it came in better packaging, because dipping my hand in there sometimes can be really annoying, but I love that. I actually use this almost most nights as a lip mask. I don't know if I told you guys that I have a mirror over here as well. So if I'm looking over here, it's because of the mirror. Now we're gonna go in with our primer. I'm going with the e.l.f. Primer today, not the putty primer, but this is the Power Grip, the viral Power Grip primer. It was in the Super Bowl commercial. I don't know if you guys watch Super Bowl. I do have a Super Bowl vlog if you guys are interested. I do like this one, the 4% niacinamide. I do feel like the effects of that are on my skin. I think they do brighten up my skin a bit and really do clear up some of my dark spots. So I really love wearing this. So I've been putting this on every single day in the winter time. I can't use much of this though in the summertime because of the fact that it's hot, and the Power Grip for some reason for me doesn't work on my oily skin. It could work for you guys, but not on my oily skin. So I end up using just a regular kind of like a lotion primer in the summertime. Not looking tacky. I do try to put a little bit more around my nose because I do find that my nose does get a bit, the first place on my face where the makeup goes away the fastest is around my nose, especially because I wear my reading glasses. So for foundation, we're gonna go into with the Rare Beauty. A lot of you guys love to say that the Rare Beauty foundation doesn't match my skin, and it's really, really hard to find a foundation in this brand that matches my skin because it's really red based, but it does oxidize over time, and I'll show you guys that. So I had to go in like several times to get the right shade, but this is 460W. I think this is my right shade, so I just go all over my face because it comes off really red based, but in actuality it is very much a brown based Grwm. Yeah, I've been really, really liking this as a great winter, fall, transitioning into spring type of foundation. So been really loving this. So I really don't talk about a lot of the TV shows and movies that have been really, really amazing over 2022. And I just want to say, first of all, guys, there has been a lot of good TV show that came out last year. And honestly, we don't talk about it enough. For instance, Squid Game. Oh my God. Squid Game was so good. The acting in that TV show was just incredible. I cannot explain. I don't even understand. The storytelling was very good. So you were gripped from beginning to end, if not for the acting, but for the storytelling. And then you were rooting, of course, for the characters. You didn't want the characters to die. And of course, the entire premise of going on a show where if you lose, you die is really interesting as well. So you end up watching it because what type of sick game is that? What type of sick game is that? Just quickly blending in this foundation. And as you can see, it does come off extremely red based. Do not like that. It's good in terms of hiding your hyperpigmentation, especially for me on my face, but don't need all of that. So I just need, especially in the spring, the fall, transitioning into spring, I kind of need more of the cooler tone, slightly warm foundation. But yeah, it's coming off really red, but I'll show you guys in a few minutes how that color is gonna change. I had a whole list and I deleted it for some dang reason of the TV shows and movies that were really, really awesome. But Intergalactic is one of them as well. I do not watch any animated movies, but Intergalactic is very good, and we'll talk about as to why. It blends so easily, but at the same time, it gives you an amazing amount of coverage, and it's extremely buildable. I'm still using the same bronzer. If you want to know what shade, it is the deep bronze. I'm using deep bronze, and I'm using I got this from the FibFab Fun box. You know those boxes? They're still in business. And I got these brushes from one of the months, and I loved them ever since. So I forgot the brand. I honestly might go back and buy more of it because it's just a beautiful, beautiful set of brushes that really last. So Intergalactic is so good because the acting, of course, is very good, but it's so real. It's so real. You have some of the big stars that are in there. The girl that's on Shrinking is in the movie, and I love her so much. I forgot her name, but she's a Black woman and she plays one of the characters. But it seems so real, so human-like, and the music is dope, and it just flows so nicely. And it's kind of one of those adult style animated shows that honestly just hits. And it's all about a man trying to meet a girl and a girl trying to meet a man, but not in a non-cliche way. So it's very much reality. I don't know. It's just really nice. It just flows nicely. It just seems like they're not even animated characters, and that's why I love the movies. I love the movie so much. It's kind of a movie I'll put in the background when I'm working and stuff. So not at work and not on my corporate job, but on the weekends. Yeah, that's one of the greatest movies. And I think it was Kid Cudi who did the project and then wanted something that vibed and that really touched people's souls in a way that it hasn't before, and it did, and it touched mine, and it was really, really a beautiful movie. So highly recommend that. Since we're still talking about movies, we might as well talk about Avatar. I've been really loving this concealer, the Urban Decay Naked Quickie concealer. I use this to conceal my entire base of my eye, so I just scoop it like this. This might be a lot, but I use 2 concealers, while the other one I have highlights. Oh my god, Avatar was so good. I did watch the first one, forgot what the first one was about. The movie did an amazing job of really highlighting what the first one was about, and really you couldn't really escape what the first one was about. It was all throughout the first half of the movie and throughout the entire movie. So I loved the movie. It did a really good job of touching into people's emotions and people's humanhood and the values and the principles of what makes us human and what makes us as human beings. Avatar has always been a really good job of doing that. And the whole movie making process around that, how Avatar was able to really use an incredible technology to create its movies is really unheard of. And I am really quite privileged enough and proud that I was able to watch that movie because of the dedication and the amount of effort that went into it. Honestly, 10 out of 10. I almost cried twice. I'm pretty sure I did cry twice, but I don't even remember. I watched it in Boston, and it was so good. So good. So now we're gonna go in with our highlighter. I've been using all different types of concealers these days. I've been trying it out. Check me out on TikTok, Study with MJ to know what I've been using and reviewing. But these days, I really do like the Anastasia concealer. I'm using this in the shade 16. It is quite light, but still really close to my shade. So I use this in the corners of my eye, and then I like to bring it up like this because it is a highlighting shade. But what I like to do, I like to have it set. So leave it on my face and then have it set, and then maybe put like a couple here, have it set. While that sets, we're gonna go in with a new blush that did drop quite some time ago. Not quite some time ago, within the last couple of months. This is the Danessa Myricks blush. I'm using the shade Jubilee. The jury's still out when it comes to this blush for me. I'm not really sure if I really like it yet, but I'm still using it to test it out. I think the reason why I'm not super a fan of this blush is I think it's because it's a lot of work. Because it's a really thick formula, I have to really pat it on my palm here and then just go in. And I don't think it really works well with powder, so. But the Nessa Myrix's blush is formulas are one of the best on the market, or one would say the best. Using it just on cream, I don't know about not cream. And then another way you can do this too, as another way of dimension, is putting it on your eyes, like so. Hopefully it's coming off on camera. Coming off a little bit here on my mirror. But if you do that, but yeah, I'm gonna go a bit more because I'm gonna be powdering, doing a lot more powdering, so. And I do see some of the concealer coming off. So I guess the next work of art, because honestly, they're all works of art, right? Bridgerton series, and I think people think it's more of a soap opera, if anything, and I definitely get why you would say that. But the thing is, when it comes to these Bridgerton, it does a really good way of making it very modern, bringing in, you know, modern concepts and song, and really gripping the last generation here, which is Gen Z, but really retelling the same stories that we've heard again over and over again, but in a very nuanced, unique, funky way. And I love what Shonda Rhimes is doing in Bridgerton. And the second season, honestly, started off really slow for me, but I really, really loved it. Ain't gonna hold you, I loved it a lot, because that's the type of romance I personally partake in, which is the slow building up type of thing, right? I am that. I like to take my time when it comes to getting to know a guy. I don't know why I'm fumbling there. So the second season was more me, but even though the first season is kind of like some of the romances I've had too, that was quick, but that fizzled out. So it does a really brilliant way of doing that. And you guys can say whatever you guys say about whatever, but the thing is, it's very good. I'm going in with powder. So this might be a little trick, okay, that you guys probably would not have think that I would do. But I'm using a Huda Beauty powder, but not just any Huda Beauty powder to set my face, but a translucent powder, but it's not really translucent. It's the Cupcake. I'm using the Cupcake Huda Beauty setting powder, and it has a bit of a pink hue. You don't see the pink hue though on my face, and I'll show you. And I've been using now for many months, and I love it. I don't know why I love it. I like it so much, but Huda Beauty's formula is honestly the best when it comes to blurring your face and setting your face. But making your face last long, it depends on the type of skin you have. But there are other powders that are really, really better in terms of making your face last longer than it should. But every single day and most days, I do use the Huda Beauty powder, okay? And it's just a reliable powder that I use and I love. Going in with that, and just look at that. It's Cupcake, but you don't see the pink hue. And maybe the pink hue kind of goes well with my undertone and skin tone. So, girl, I don't even know, but I like it. And what I like to do these days is create a line up to your ear, at the end of your earlobe. And then what this does is just sets your entire face, so your face doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't move. It doesn't do anything without your consent. I have different shades of all the Fenty powders. It's very good for me. I love it because it provides the coverage that I'm looking for, which is medium to full coverage. And it's thin enough and it's blurring enough to provide that as a finishing powder as well. So I like to go in. I'm in the 370 powder for anybody who's wondering. And I usually use the 400, but because this Rare Beauty foundation is actually quite red based and a bit darker, I go in with the 370 from Fenty. And as you can see what I mean? You don't even see the foundation's shade anymore. I mean, you do, but with the powders and the setting, it comes into itself. So you guys probably saw it. The actual foundation was turning into more of a brown shade and less of a red base. And I like to go over my bronzer to set my bronzer as well, just to lightly go over it. I don't go underneath the eye with the Fenty. I don't know. Other movies and TV shows I'm blanking on. I ain't gonna hold you. Top Gun I really wanted to see, but I've been hearing people really loved that last year. I think Sex Lives of College Girls were really good. I really liked the second season. Actually, no, second season was okay. But of course, the South Asian girl who honestly was the most funniest, one of the best characters. And I might start another project talking about TV characters and movie characters. So stay tuned for that. Going in with the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, which is I don't know what shade. I think this is the deep 3. I go in with the 3, and just where I put the Say bronzer, I just use this to go on top of the bronzer. It's kind of contour my nose, so I've just been putting bronzer, yes, here, but also down the bridge of my nose. And I like to go all the way down. Even though my nose doesn't point up, it does flatter me. Some people just stop here, but I go all the way down here. And then what I like to do, you could actually just cover here, but I just like to stick to these points because it makes me look like I have a really small nose. And then as our base to our look today, I'm gonna go in with bronzer here. This look is gonna be a bit springy, but not really, you know? So I'm going over with a darker purple just in the Tarte palette, if you guys are wondering. The Cheetah palette. Actually, no, more of a glitter shade. I'm actually gonna use my hands for this. And I'm actually just going to, so I'm just gonna place this like darky pinky color just in the middle. But see how it's still light? Just in the middle. And honestly, it's so pretty. And this color, if you guys want to know, I'm getting this from the Anastasia Soft palette. Next, I'm going in with this super light pinky color, just in the inner corners. And as you can see, there is a gradient. I'm trying to create a gradient here. Actually, while that's going, I forgot to do this throughout my makeup because I've been doing this. I've been starting to do this lately, which is putting on my, spraying my face. This is really good because it creates a tacky base. And it leaves like a tacky feeling, so anything that you spray on just sticks and doesn't move. So it's fine. You still have to put one more powder on my face, so it's fine. Just smoking out the bottom. I'm gonna go in with Noir in the Cheetah Tarte palette, and I'm just gonna go in on the bottom lashes. Okay, so that's the black, and then I'm gonna go in with the dark purple that we put on the outer corner of the eye, so it looks like a dark purple. What I've also been loving is underlining. So people been using white. It's not something that Alex Earl created or any other TikTok created, but it was started in the early 2000s. I remember The Hills, Lauren Conrad and those girls. I mean, Lauren Conrad wear a lot of black liner, but there was a lot of girls who were doing it in the early 2000s. But I picked up more of like a goldeny, kind of like a goldeny color. Basically this color here, not a white, something that is more natural and closer to my skin tone and doesn't look scary, you know? It's kind of coming off, kind of not. I mean, now it's coming off a little bit, but, and then yeah, you could use this as a highlight. I might actually, I will. Oh, this is actually a beautiful highlight. I didn't even think about this. Wow, I didn't even think about this, guys. Isn't that Regina? I've been using this brow liner as a lip liner for quite some time. And honestly, I don't care. I like it. We're going in with the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink in the dark purpley. There's only one dark purpley, so you know, y'all know what that is. I need to buy more. Here in Canada, they don't have a lot of the shades. So I'm going to go down to, when I travel down to Buffalo and buy beauty products, I'm going to buy a lot of the shades there because their shades are so nice. Going in with Milani, and just in the inner corners of the lips here. Not inner corners, just in the center of the lips. So you just do, so wait for it to dry. And it's tacky. The Maybelline lip stays tacky. And then we're going with the Milani. Are you ready? Come even get it. Na 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 na. Ooh, wow. And one of my favorite products of 2022 is this Kosas powder. I can't wait to try the new Kosas bronzer that just came out. And then there's another product I'm gonna pick it up, but check out on my TikTok, Study with MJ. Or Study with MJ. I always forget my own TikTok handle, but anyways. I may have to get a lighter color because the Softly Cloud set is more of my fall winter shade. And now that sun is coming out and I tan, I may have to get a lighter color to offset that. So what I do with this, I get a fluffy brush and I just go over my entire face, and it just blurs. It blurs, but because the color is a bit too darker for my liking right now, it's just too dark. It might actually bring out some of the foundation color that you guys think it's like so dark, but I just go over my entire face with this. And this just brings, the powder just brings everything together, just melts everything together. And it's just, and I love my blush because it's barely there, but it's there. You see that it's there, right? This is really, really great for when you're still wearing a mask still in 2023, because I am still wearing a mask in 2023. So I'm gonna put this on. Your makeup does not go anywhere with this, with this one size, Patrick. Sure, you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully you guys like this video. Stay woke and stay healthy and stay safe. Ciao now.